Hey guys, I just wanted to hop on here and talk to you guys a little bit about something interesting I found online. Before we jump into that though, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on more awesome content like this and gaming videos in the future. But let's dive in. I discovered a little indie game that is it was announced in January. It's set to launch in October of this year unless it gets pushed back. I did see another article that said it may be pushed back until early of next year, but it's called Necrobarista. It is a 3D visual novel style game that is about a cafe where the dead go to have one last drink before they move on to the afterlife. Which to me sounded a lot like Death Parade. If you've ever seen that anime, if you haven't, you should watch it. It's really good. But the game itself, like graphics wise, looks great. The art style it reminded me a lot of like Persona 4, the 3D animation in it, which is some of my all time favorite games, so maybe I'm a little biased there. But all in all, I think it looks pretty promising. And after doing some research on the game, I found an article with an interview of the development team. It's a small indie team based out of Australia, and they said that their inspiration for the game was their love-hate relationship with the anime industry. They go on to explain that they feel like the anime industry is oversaturated with anime creators who create anime around things that they know will draw a lot of views and make them a nice steady paycheck, but not necessarily original or groundbreaking ideas. Now, we've heard this sort of similar criticism about the anime industry in the past few years, even from Hayao Miyazaki himself, when he retired for like the 5,000th time after creating The Wind Rises. He said that the industry creators were made up of stereotypical otaku, which is we use it pretty freely here in the States to describe somebody that loves anime, but in Japan, that's a pretty negative thing to call somebody. But basically, that the anime industry is a bunch of otaku who don't spend a whole lot of time with real people and outside, and therefore their characters aren't even remotely realistic in the way that they look or they act. Basically, saying that fan service and tsunderes are taking over the anime industry, which I don't think is completely wrong. But anyway, back to Necrobarista. The development team said they wanted to create something where they can tell realistic stories about real people in a fantasy-like environment. They also said that their cast of characters is very diverse in age. So like they have some really young characters, like childlike characters, and then they have some old characters, which I think is pretty cool. Anime tends to have that stereotype where everything is about high school girls, so I thought that was a neat development. They definitely seem to be casting aside all of the anime stereotypes and trying to create something original, which I can get behind. Personally, I think this is a very refreshing concept. I don't know how many times I've gone to look for like a new anime to watch and been scrolling through and been like, isn't there something other than a super fan service overloaded high school girl anime? Now, don't get me wrong, those can still be entertaining. I still watch them. But after a while, they just all sort of feel the same. And I feel like it also makes it hard having all those anime like that. Makes it hard to introduce someone that's new to anime or never watched it before to the anime industry as a whole, because they already have this thought in their mind that it's about a bunch of half-naked high school girls running around with superpowers, and that's not everybody's cup of tea. And I can think of several anime that have nothing to do with any of those things. So it's definitely something to think about there. I feel like even though these stereotypical fan service loaded shoujo anime tend to create a steady paycheck for creators, that they're in their own way killing the anime industry and all the creativity within it. But all in all, I think this game shows a lot of promise. I'm pretty excited to play it when it comes out in October. I'll leave a link down in the description below to the developer's website if you want to check it out. I think it's only going to be for PC and Mac as far as I know, but let me know what you think of this as well in the comments. Do you think that the newer anime series that have been coming out in the last few years are overloaded with fan service and other anime stereotypes and are lacking creativity, or do you think that all of this is just a bunch of bullshit? Let me know your thoughts and if you think this game sounds pretty cool. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!